Good morning girls. In today's video, we shall be discussing about a new topic, that is directive principles of state policy and fundamental duties. In the last two chapters, we studied the fundamental rights guaranteed by our constitution. We learnt what rights Indian citizens enjoy and that our rights have judicial protection. We also understood the importance of the fundamental rights in our individual and public lives. With all this knowledge at hand, let's now try to understand what the directive principles of state policy are. Fundamental rights control the power of the government. Let's have a look at few such restrictions. States shall not discriminate between and among citizens on the basis of caste, religion, race, language, or gender. States shall not deny anybody equality before the law and equal protection of the law. No person shall be deprived of his life. State shall not impose any religious taxes. The Constitution has provided detailed instructions to the government about what policies it should undertake to ensure and safeguard the fundamental rights of the citizens of the country. The Constitution has provided directives or guidelines about how to achieve the goals expressed in the preamble. They are called directive principles of the state policy. The directive principles are the guidelines issued by the makers of the Constitution to the union and state governments regarding how to achieve the objectives or goals stated in the preamble. So, what was the real reason why the directives had to be included by the Constitution? Well, when India won independence, we faced a great challenge of establishing order and carrying out smooth administration. Eradication of poverty, backwardness, and illiteracy had to be urgently addressed. The task of nation building had to be undertaken. For this, new policies had to be drawn up and their implementation had to be undertaken. The goal of people's welfare had to be achieved. In short, India had to be transformed into a developed and a progressive nation. The Constitution has specified the subjects to which the union and state governments should give priority in their policies for people's welfare through the directive principles of state policy. Each directive contains a subject for the state policy. The makers of the Indian Constitution had realized that it would require a lot of resources if all these policies were to be implemented at the same time. That is the reason why they did not make the directives binding upon the state like the fundamental rights. They expected that the states should implement them slowly and steadily. Here are some important directive principles of the state policy. To secure adequate means of livelihood to all citizens, to secure equal pay for equal work for men and women, to secure improvement in the public health, to protect and improve the environment and safeguard the forests and wildlife of the country, protect all the monuments of historic interest and national importance. To promote the educational and economic interests of the weaker sections, especially the scheduled castes and the scheduled tribes. To offer public assistance to citizens in cases of unemployment, old age, sickness, etc. To secure uniform civil code in the country. One of these directive principles that you just heard about speaks about ensuring equal pay for equal work. Which principles and ideals of the Constitution will be realized with this directive? Well, if followed properly, this directive principle will help realizing the ideal of gender equality of the Constitution. Directive principles of state policy and fundamental rights are two sides of the same coin. Due to fundamental rights, citizens get the most needed liberty, while directive principles of state policy create an atmosphere conducive to the growth of democracy. Even though we cannot go to the courts if a directive is not implemented by the government, we can put pressure on the government in various ways to make a policy in order to meet these goals. Overall, we can say that the directive principles are complementary to the fundamental rights. Also, the sole purpose of formulating the directive principles is to ensure and promote social equality in our society and to create social and economic conditions under which the citizens can lead a good life, thus strengthening our democracy and attaining the objective of transforming India into a developed and a progressive nation. That's all for today, but before we complete, here are two questions I want you to think about and try to find the answers of. What else do you think the government should do for students? Make a list of your demands. How would you convince others that your demands are just? And the second question is, which improvements, of course according to you, will be possible with the following facilities offered by the government? Public toilets, clean water supply, and vaccination of children. Girls, I request you to kindly try finding the answers to these questions at your level and see what answers you get. With this, we come to an end of today's discussion. Hope this video was informative. Thank you for being attentive. God bless you all.